Hello everyone, welcome to Design Your Life, the 30-day yoga journey, day 17, Let Love In. We have a short, heart-opening YIN yoga class today, so get into some comfy clothes, grab some props, maybe spread out a blanket on your mat. I have just a little pillow or a block here, whatever's going to work best for you. We're going to begin in Sphinx pose, and this is where I have my little meditation cushion. If you're using a block, you might want to cover it with a blanket just so it's not poking at you uncomfortably. But you're going to bring the bolster or the block or the pillow underneath your low ribs, so it sort of helps prop you up in your Sphinx pose, so you don't have to exert quite as much pressure on your arms to hold you up. But otherwise, all your usual cues are the same in Sphinx. Shoulders over your elbows, you're pushing into your forearms, your hips are pushing into the mat, and your glutes are relaxed. Go ahead and breathe here. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. All of the postures that we are doing are focused on the heart chakra. The theme of this class is to let love in, and the way we do that is by opening up our heart, and the way we do that is by doing heart opening postures that generally create more expansiveness in our chest so we can feel less closed off. It's very easy in our seated, sedentary society to get used to hunching forward. Our shoulders come close together, and we start to, because of the prevalence of screens and seated work time in our lives, we become used to not really engaging, not really opening up through our shoulders, which is why we do heart openers in yoga so often, like cow pose, up dog, cobra pose, Sphinx pose, like what we're doing right now. And so the whole purpose of today's class is to get used to relaxing your shoulders, opening up through the chest, through the collarbones, through the pectorals, so that we can sit up a little bit more, pay attention to the world around us, and be able to see and let in the beauty that exists when we're not looking at our phones or our screens. So enjoy these poses. You'll be in them for just a short while each time. All you have to do is breathe and relax. Take one more deep breath here in your Sphinx pose. Move the prop, if you were using it, out of the way and let yourself rest down on the mat. Maybe shake the hips from side to side. And we're going to come into a shoulder opener. So bring your right elbow so it's straight out from your right shoulder. Arms can be straight out or a cactus. And then you're very gently going to roll over onto your right side. Go slow. Go gentle. Do not force this. The muscles in your shoulders and your upper body, upper chest by your collarbones are very delicate. So be gentle here. You don't need to crank it. You don't need to force it. Go gently. Go to the end of your range of motion and see how you're feeling. You're not here for very long, so breathe, enjoy it, let it be. And come back through to center. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. So left elbow straight out from the left shoulder, arm cactus or straight out in a T shape. And then very gently roll yourself onto your left side. You're not going to go very far here, and that's normal. That's the point. Like I said, we don't want to force anything with these very delicate muscles and bones. Our collarbones are not attached to our body with very many points of contact. So be gentle. Be gentle. This is a yin class, so take the time to be gentle with yourself. Come back through to center and press yourself up to tabletop pose. And from here, we're going to get deeper into the front of the chest. We're going to come into puppy pose next. So make sure your hips stay over your knees, and then take big steps forward with your hands and lower your chest to the mat. In puppy pose, I really love to bend my arms at the elbows and bring my hands in prayer behind my head. I find that opens up across my chest a little bit more, but if having your arms straight or elbows on the mat is working for you, great, stay there. Again, you don't want to push yourself too much. Even though we're in this pose and we're relaxing through our upper body, letting our collarbones spread apart and letting our sternum relax towards the mat, I also want you to keep your core engaged, because I don't want you to sag in your low back, because that can cause strain on your low back. So it's a multifaceted posture. But you're doing great. You won't be here for too long. Continue to breathe and enjoy it. You're doing amazing. Keep breathing. If you need to come out of it for any moment, you can. But just like that, we are done. Gently walk your hands back towards your knees. And then from here, we're going to come into a child's pose. Reach the arms out in front of you. I like a wide-legged child's pose, but if you want a narrow-legged child's pose, by all means, do so. And I'm doing the same thing with my arms here that I did in puppy pose, bending at the elbows and bringing my hands to prayer behind my head. But if that's not accessible or just doesn't feel good, don't do it. Find the child's pose that works and feels good for you. lift yourself up out of your child's pose. And from here, we're going to make our way into Shavasana, is how we're going to finish this class. So pick the Shavasana that feels good for you, whether that's legs extended long or knees bent. You can even do crocodile pose on your belly if you like. It's choose your own adventure. Get yourself to a place of rest and let yourself relax into the mat. Begin to make gentle movements, whatever feels good to get you out of the Shavasana that you chose, and make your way up to a comfortable seated position. You can bring your hands to heart center, taking one last breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you liked this class, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And until tomorrow, have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.